Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do Q&A because I checked my page and I have not done a Q&A in 2 years, which is insane. I can't believe I've waited that long, but I feel like I don't have that many new people, and I feel like majority of my following is on Instagram, so you guys always keep up with me there, and you get my point. But I needed to do an updated one because 2 years is just way too long. So if I do have anybody new, you could get to know me and whatnot. So I asked on my Instagram actually, and I got a couple questions, and in those questions I had a couple questions in each one of those questions. You get me? So I'm gonna answer them. I hope this video doesn't go too long, but I'm just gonna start. And then whoever the person was that asked me that question, I'm just gonna put their username on the bottom of the screen. So if you wanna go, you could go check out their Instagram and see who they are. Okay, so this is my first question. This is from Destiny, and she said, do you want to have kids? If so, how many? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the age or maybe one day I will start wanting to have kids. And I think everybody's different because I have some friends that are literally it's on their to-do list within the next couple years. And I'm not for me. So I think it just depends on the person. But me, I feel like I could never have kids and be completely content. And like I said, I don't know if that's just because I'm young, because I'm only 24. Maybe that's why. Maybe by the time I'm 28, I will be raging. I need a farm. I need a school of children. Give it to me now. But right now, I just have no desire, and I don't. It's not something that I want, and I don't know if it's just because that's right now or if that will change, but I feel like it's not gonna change. So if they do get one out of me, that will be excessive. So that's my answer to that. So she also asks this question too. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? That would probably be sushi, because I love sushi and I love seafood. And I know so many people hate seafood, and I'm like, how do you hate seafood? It is the best food on the entire planet. Biggest pet peeve? I don't know, people who lie or something like that. And there's nothing that could come to the top of my head. Oh, people who lie and messy people. Oh my god. I have really bad OCD, so literally if somebody touches something in my room, and they rearrange it or turn it, I will turn it back the way that I want it to be, because I'm that neat. I am literally that neat. So yeah. Okay, her next question. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? I've always said I wanted to go to Switzerland, and I don't know why, but I just want to go there. And I've been to the places that I really want to go. I've been to Greece, I've been to Paris. I went in high school, and yeah, I think I want to do Switzerland. Alright, so her next question. Who's your biggest inspiration for makeup? That one's a hard one because I feel like I have a lot of people. I'm inspired by everybody, really. Everybody, the people around me, my friends who are beauty influencers and makeup artists, I'm inspired by them. I'm inspired by Makeup by Mario. I just love the way he makes skin look. He always makes everybody look so flawless, no matter what their complexion is. Even women of color, I feel like he makes them look really good. Who else? I don't know. So many people. A lot of people. I have a lot of people. Okay, so my next question is from Kathy. Kathy's the best. And she said, how do you feel when you're at events and you have to be around all of the influencers? Was it weird at first, or were you instantly comfortable around new people? I think people think I'm shy, but I don't think I'm shy. Because I will go anywhere alone. And I know people, girls tell me this, they're like, oh, I don't go to a lot of events because I don't have somebody to go with. And I'm like, I don't know, that's kind of saying oh, I don't go to work because I don't have friends at my work. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to get out there and do it. There are some things that you just have to do, and I'm like a loner. I think I'm a loner because I grew up for a long time as like an only child, so I knew how to like entertain myself, do everything by myself. Like I've never been a person that needs like a posse to do anything, because I know some people, like, they need people to do everything with. They need people to draw with, to color with, to go to the supermarket with. Like, they can never be alone. And I'm like the complete opposite. Like, I always want to be alone. And if somebody is around me too much, I will start to get annoyed because I need my space. Like, I need my space a lot. Like, often. Like, maybe too often to the point where it offends people, because they're like, don't you want to see me? Don't you want to spend time with me? And I do, but it's just, I just like to be alone, and I like to do things alone. I don't like to do things with people constantly. It like drains my energy. So yeah, so it wasn't weird at first when I first started going to events like years ago. Of course, it was like a little bit weird because I didn't know anybody, but you know, I still socialized and met people, and it's brought me to other things and other events and other opportunities. So I feel like that's why it's important to get used to doing things alone, even if you don't like doing things alone, because it's very important. Okay, so I think she asked another question. She said, what are your best and worst things about freelancing and YouTube? The worst thing about freelancing is that sometimes you could be really busy, and you could be not very busy for weeks, which is not good, because that means you're not going to make any money. So that's the bad thing about freelancing, and that's why people are don't always jump into the freelancing thing, because they know it's really hard, and you could have a great week and you could have a really bad week, and people need to pay rent and feed themselves. So that's not always the best option, freelancing. I would say for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting really sick of traveling to people, just because it's very like time consuming, and I live in New York. There's always a lot of traffic, so wherever I'm going, it just takes forever. It's a mission. There's never any parking. It's just like, it's such a mission, and I think it's just because I'm in New York. If I was like, I don't know, Florida or Ohio, that probably wouldn't be an issue, but here, traveling everywhere is annoying. The worst thing about YouTube is, I don't know, probably the algorithm now. I hate that I feel like nobody, like, I really need to push hard for people to see my videos. I feel like that's kind of annoying, because before I would just post a video and people would be able to see it, and I didn't need to worry about like my content going dead because I didn't post it a million times, and I hate to like blast things that I do. I think that's annoying. But the best thing about YouTube is that you are free to post whatever you want, and you can be creative with your content, and it's just a place that you can kind of just express yourself and do whatever you want. So that's the awesome thing about YouTube. What made you start YouTube? I started YouTube because of Andrea's choice, really. I loved her. I love that she had curly hair. I think she just reminded me of myself. So that's why I loved her so much. And I was like, oh my god, I want to do YouTube so bad. So that's why I started. And that feels like so long ago. And I hate that she like doesn't really post anymore, because I'm like, oh my god, I still love her so much. And her next question, she said, what's your best relationship advice? Oh my god. Girl, I don't know if you should be asking me this. I don't know if I have the right answer. I have to think about this. It would probably just be to, I don't know, be open-minded and just try to listen to like what your partner is telling you, or like things that they find to be an issue, because I know us women sometimes, not all of us, because some of us are a little bit too lenient. So I feel like you should always just like hear your partner out and try to come to like a compromise of like why he thinks that is valid or whatever, but just to like communicate and stay really like level-headed, because I know sometimes we could get a little crazy and not make sense. So that's what I would say. My next question is, how did you get your IG to grow? I've been following for a while and I see your growth tips. I get this question a lot, and I got all my Instagram followers from shout outs. So everybody's different, but That's how I always got mine from the beginning. What I was doing back in the days, this was years ago, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I would use a product and I would hashtag the brand on my photo. And I don't know how I knew to do that, but they were finding me through that, and that was 4 or 5 years ago when it wasn't as saturated. So I feel like that's why my photos were getting noticed, and then the brand would repost them and I would get so many followers. I would get like thousands and thousands with just one shout out. But that was years ago, and now when I get shout outs, I don't get that much followers at all. I get maybe like 100, which is really different because years ago I was getting like thousands of people and now I only get like 100. But that's how I grew my Instagram followers. But I would say to do the same thing. Just make sure that you tag the brand, because that's a good way to get recognized, because maybe another brand could see your work and they'll really like it and they'll reach out. So that's what I would say to do for Instagram. Just make sure that you're tagging the brands and maybe even commenting and just like engaging with that brand, because they might even find you that way. So that's what I would say for that. Wait, when did you take on freelance makeup artist full time and stop working at MAC counters? I think I stopped working at MAC like either 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. I just wanted to do that because at the time I was obviously still an influencer, so I was using a lot of different brands. They basically came and told me that I was no longer allowed to post on social media me wearing other brands, and I could basically only wear MAC, and if it wasn't MAC, then I couldn't talk about it on my social media platforms. So what I did with that was I laughed at them and I quit. So the next question I got is, how do you stay so upbeat, happy, and positive and not let life's dilemmas affect you? Your energy is a must to watch on YouTube when someone's not having a good day, for sure. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. But I was having this conversation with my friends the other day because my friend was talking about, like, I don't know, something negative. And I was like, listen, like, everybody has issues in their life, but it is our responsibility and our choice to make to say, listen, this situation can be worse, so I am going to focus on the positive, focus on what I do have in my life. I have a home, I have food, shelter, clothing, and sometimes you just really have to take into consideration that some people do not have anything at all. Even if we don't have a lot, what we do have is still something to be thankful for. We all have something in our lives that we could be thankful for and that we could be positive about, and just always try to stay positive. If something is horrible, think about what good can come out of it. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Like, you just have to stay really zen and really positive and just keep a positive mindset all the time. Because it takes a lot of energy out of you and out of your day to be sad and be negative and complain and sit around all day and say, oh, poor me, I wish I had this, or I should have gotten this because I deserve it. You have to just totally do 360 on that and stop wasting your time complaining and stop wasting your time being negative, because you're wasting time, you're wasting energy, you're wasting minutes of your life saying, wow, poor me, this sucks, my life sucks. Dude, everybody's life sucks. Everybody's. Nobody lives a perfect life. Nobody does. So just pack it up, start with a clear head, and start being positive, because that is so important. Trust me, girl. Okay, so this is my last question. She said, what advice would you give to someone who would love to be an influencer but is just too damn insecure, anxious, and afraid of hate? By the way, you're gorgeous. Thank you. But this question is so funny. I think it really, like, in the beginning, I don't think that you're really gonna get like an outpour of hate. And if you do, what you do is just delete them. Just completely ignore that. And I feel like you don't want to start that kind of like energy and environment on your page, because it sounds funny, but I've noticed this with certain brands. So for certain brands, I could tell that they do delete negative comments because you won't see a lot of negative comments at all on their page with the exception of few. So other people are, I feel like, kind of like less likely to troll if they don't see so many people like trolling. But I have noticed one particular brand has like a very like negative and mean following. Like every time I look through their comments, it's just like all negative, all negative, all negative, really mean, really rude, really nasty, just really, really nasty. And I'm like, that is so like sad, and that really sucks to like look through your comments of your brand and see like all this just negativity and rudeness. Like, but I feel like that's the page and kind of environment that that brand has created, because they leave those troll comments and mean comments on their page, and it doesn't look good, and it's also not nice. So if you get any mean comments, you should just delete them completely and continue on with your day. But starting is the hardest part, and all you need to do is start. So even if it's not perfect or it's not the best, whatever, smoky eye or whatever you're posting online, you should still be confident in your work and whatever you're doing, and just know that everybody started somewhere. We all started somewhere, and nobody started just as an amazing makeup artist or an amazing influencer. We all started from the bottom, and we all started somewhere. So that's the best advice I could give for that, is just to start and just start getting comfortable with like putting yourself out there and putting your work out there in your face. So that's what I would say. And oh my god, wait, this is not my last question. This is my next question. So she said, what high school did you go to? Are you in college? And what's your major? For high school, I went to St. Vincent Ferrer. So that's in Manhattan on the Upper East Side. And it's an all-girls school. So that was fun. That's where I went for high school, and I actually liked it. I don't think I had like a very negative high school experience. I would say it was overall like okay. Nothing spectacular though that I was like, oh my god, high school days, if only I could go back. Like, it wasn't that amazing, but nobody was like pushing me and stuffing me into locker or beating me up after school, so it was alright. Are you in college? Oh my god, unfortunately I'm still in college, and I feel like I'm never going to finish. And I take like friggin' 6 classes a semester, and I'm just exhausted from taking so many classes a semester and not getting enough credit for it. But I'm ranting. I am ranting about school because I'm so done and I cannot wait to finish it. Yeah, I'm still there. And my major is advertising and marketing communications. So I actually really do like the major. I really like the major, and I really like the school, but it's just time consuming, and I'd rather be doing something else with my time, to be honest. But yeah, I'm still in college. And my next question is, did your tattoo hurt? No, my tattoo didn't hurt. I'm sorry, I keep talking really weird in this video because I bit myself like so many times. Like every time I eat, I keep biting myself, so now it's turned into like this huge blister in my mouth, and it's so painful, and my mouth hurts so bad right now. So that's why I'm talking a little bit funny. But did your tattoo hurt? It didn't. I think everybody has like different pain tolerance, and I've been through some really painful things and surgeries in my life, and a tattoo was not one of them. Next question is, do you envision creating your own brand of cosmetics? What products are missing from the market? I did want to create cosmetics of my own, but now I don't think I'm gonna do that just because it's so saturated and everybody has their own brand. I can't really think of off the top of my head what products are missing from the market, because we are in 2018 and I feel like I've seen and heard everything that could ever be thought of. But who knows? You never know. Maybe I do wish that brands would do better with women of color, and that's everything: complexion products, marketing, just everything in that kind of area, because it's like literally such an issue and it's annoying, and it's almost 2020. Like, can you believe that? We're in 2018 and it's gonna be 2020 like any second now. Like, that's insane. So I feel like we just need to like get poppin'. Like, everybody is so sleeping on it, But yeah, that's what I would say for that question, because that's kind of like a hard question. But that was my last question. So to everybody who sent me a question, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Thank you. I appreciate it so much when you guys like engage with my page and then you leave me a comment and you let me know what you like and what you don't like. It's just the best. So thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, I can't believe you made it this far. That's crazy. And yeah, I will see you guys later. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.